right, so what is your favorite song to perform?
When we used to perform, it used to be this song called "Wasted Space" because it was real cool how we went back and forth. Now it's probably either "Monumental State of Mind" because it's newer to the set, or "Cells" because I don't know, for some reason a lot of people like that song. So
It's a good song. You guys should start performing Scented Oils.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that one.
Do you like yo-yos?
No.
What do you have against yo-yos?
Because when I was a kid, they used to get fucking tied up around my fingers and shit. And, like people, I couldn't do the tricks because, the way that I walk. So like,
You couldn't walk the dog?
yeah, I couldn't walk the dog and shit because it'd be all like lopsided and crooked. And it wouldn't follow me back. Like it wouldn't come home. So fuck yo-yos.
All right. What are some of the main themes or topics for the majority of your songs, and do you think these topics have or will change over time?
For my solo album in particular, a lot of it has to do with like, my spiritual struggle. On the album I'm not getting preachy about talking about God, but my relationship with God is very like upfront and out in the open. The good aspect of it, the bad aspect of it, and the in between and all the middle ground. Will it change over time? I don't know. I would say yes.
Cross that bridge when you get there?
Yeah, but I mean, I think since I've started rhyming and really figured out what my style is and what kind of MC that I am, that God element has always been there. It's just got pushed more to the forefront this time because sometimes when you work with two other people as a group, sometimes certain ideas, whether it's my ideas or their ideas, kind of get pushed to the background because you have to like come to a commonality between three people.
Now, it's funny that you mentioned Wu-Tang as one of your influences because one of my questions happens to be, who is your favorite Wu-Tang member?
It would be either the Jizza.
Well, it's one of them.
Okay, so my all-time favorite then is Inspector Deck.
Okay.
Early on, I was really like heavily influenced by like his rhyme schemes and the way he delivered things. I always thought he was dope. But Jizza is like my second close favorite. So, because he's one of the only ones that hasn't fallen off solo-wise. So.
Do you like Inspector Gadget?
Do I like Inspector Gadget? Yeah, he's pretty cool.
How has your music evolved since you first began playing music?
Man,
I could answer that one.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it goes back to the earlier statement where you kind of just grow as a person and you grow up. Because back when I first started rhyming, it was about who's the dopest lyricist, who could say the dopest punchlines. Almost like I was writing battle raps to tracks basically. Like even when we put our first demo together, a lot of it was us not putting like actual songs together. It was like, all right, here's a verse, you do a verse, and okay, this is the chorus, and let's put a chorus here. All right, it's a song.
Yeah.
There was really no structure to our stuff. Now we're better at putting songs together, where you can better get your point across.
What has been your biggest challenge as a group, and have you overcome that challenge?
The biggest challenge as a group, I can't really speak for the other two, but at least for me, I think it's been a mixture of getting people to take us seriously, because I'm not one of those artists that, because over the years we've gotten a bigger name, and we're getting a little bit well known, so sometimes artists will kind of close themselves off from, interacting with their fans and people that enjoy their music, but people that enjoy our music, I don't really look at them as fans, because I like being able to interact closely with people that enjoy our stuff, because I feel like, I don't feel that I'm better than anybody else just because I rap. I don't put myself on a pedestal. I don't allow people to put me on a pedestal like, that people do with like their favorite musicians or artists or actors or whatever it may be. So I think sometimes that could be like a double-edged sword because, when I promote things, sometimes I feel like people don't take it as serious because they're like, oh, that's just Armando or Short Fuse, promoting his stuff to me. Like, I can get that from him anytime. And I think the other obstacle is because we're so, rooted in like traditional hip hop, especially in today's like musical climate. Man, it's tough because sometimes I feel like we put shit out and then you just wait for the feedback, and then you get your pounds and credit here and there. But I feel like a lot of our credibility comes from other MCs that understand what we're doing, and sometimes I feel like people that listen to our stuff kind of take a little bit more time to catch up, to where it's at. But
when can your fans expect to see an auto-tunes based hit single on the radio from Wastelands or Short Fuse?
When they cut my head off and put it in one of those jars of liquid like Futurama.
So not in the near future.
No, maybe like 2000 and like 375 or 4075. Like when the only way that human beings can communicate with each other is through auto-tunes.
Well, what do you think of the auto-tunes movement?
Is there such a thing? Is it just like Lil Wayne and Mr. Music and
Kanye West?
Oh, well, yeah.
No, you don't think much of it?
Nah, I mean, I was real happy when Jay-Z came out with that Death of Auto-Tune song. I just wish it could have been a little doper, but
I just like the title of it. I think the song sucks.
So I think, but at the same time, Jay-Z is kind of like the stamp of approval nowadays in hip hop. So if it says something's weak, it kind of goes away. So hopefully, auto-tune will go away pretty quickly.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, exactly.
What advice do you have for people who want to get into the world of hip hop?
Just keep bringing the culture to the table and know where you come from, know your elements. Hip hop isn't just rap, it's graffiti, DJ, b-boy. So know your elements, know your history. There's a lot of kids now that think Dr. Dre's old school. And that's not the case. I don't have a problem with mainstream music. There's some mainstream artists that I like, but ultimately you have to know your culture and your history. It's just not about making money. Don't use hip hop as a platform to just get money. I don't have a problem getting money because Lord knows I like to be rich myself, but I'm not going to sell myself to do that. Like if I make money, like real money doing this, because I make money off of this, but if I make real money where I can quit my job and actually put money away for my daughter, or, for my retirement or whatever it is, or my 60-foot yacht, where we can make a song called Boats and Hoes. But then that's what it is. But don't forget where you come from, where you started.
If you were a porn star, what would your name be?
Ah, man. That's a good one. Let's see. Maybe Peg Like John. That'd be kind of dope. I like that.
Peg Like John. It's a new one. Where will your music be in 5 years?
Hopefully with some mainstream exposure. Hopefully,
That's not auto-tunes related.
Exactly. But I think that over the 10 years that we've been putting stuff out, we've been slowly being a bigger audience. We sell quite a bit in Europe and Japan, which is still crazy to me. So just I hope it's more exposed to where at least like when I decide, okay, I'm done with this, whether I made any real money or not, I'm happy where like I ended and I don't have any regrets, basically. So we'll see. So maybe I'll just have to like die so I become more famous.
Yeah. We'll get shot 9 times and it'll be a start.
Yeah, exactly.
Any last words?
Just keep hip hop alive. It's been my savior, as cliche as that sounds, but I'm definitely one of those people that if I didn't have rap music, definitely wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I could be doing something a lot more negative. You know, to all those rappers out there that talk about selling drugs and, you know, doing all that stuff, I could be that dude, like, for real. I just wouldn't be talking about it on records.
Yeah.
But, you know, shout out to my crew. You know, shout out to Uncommon Records. Go pick up that New Time with Danku record. It came out on January 26th, being this post-dated. You know, shout out to Beard Gates here for doing this interview.
Thank you.
And, you know, shout out to all the people that support our shit. Peace.
Alright, everybody. Yeah, Short Fuse here from Wasteland.